Hi everybody, welcome back to Mayved. Tonight I'm going to talk to you about the podcasts I listen to. I listen to Podkicker Pro on my Android device, and the ones I listen to are the Judge John Hodgman podcast, which is John Hodgman, the comedian, who does a People's Court-like podcast, and is very sarcastic through the whole thing. It's very funny. The Penn Sunday School, which is Penn Jillette of Penn and Teller fame, and it talks about atheism and stuff like that, along with his appearances on the Celebrity Apprentice, which I don't care about. But, you know, the other stuff he talks about in books that he's writing are very interesting. And he has special guests, like he actually had Penn on. You got to hear him and Penn talk for like an hour a couple weeks ago. Philip DeFranco, which is one of the video YouTube channels that I talked about the other day, he does a podcast every once in a while. The one that's one of my favorite is Fat Man on Batman, which is Kevin Smith talking to someone about Batman for a good hour, hour and a half, depending on who it is. And then he does multiple people. He started out doing episodes with Bruce Timm and Kevin Conroy and Tara Strong and all the people that were involved, basically, in the Batman Adventures, and moved on to currently his last episode was with Jim Lee, one of the most amazing comic book artists out there in the world, period. He is one of the 6 people that founded Image Comics with Todd McFarlane and the other guys there. What else do we have? The Hollywood Babble On, which is Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman talking about Hollywood news. The Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, which is the podcast with Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, where it's basically a intervention podcast along with comedy stories. The one that started all, Smodcast, with Scott Mosier and Kevin Smith. The other one I listen to is Team Jack, which is Jack Morrissey, who, if you don't know, is Bill Condon's boyfriend. Bill Condon is the director of the last 2 Twilight movies. It's a very try-hard podcast, but it is a lot about movies. Classic movies, new movies, the inner workings of the business, and stuff like that. The Secret Stash Companion podcast, which is, if you've ever seen the TV show Secret Stash, which airs on AMC, then you know those guys, and it's their regular podcast. Star Talk Radio with Neil deGrasse Tyson. He is a world-renowned astronomer and one of the smartest people on the face of the planet, and so funny. So he doesn't talk down to you. It's just an amazing podcast to listen to, especially with all the regular guest stars like Eugene Merman, who's like one of the co-hosts of the show, and people like forget the other guy's name, but there's people that are on that podcast every day. The Tekzilla podcast and TED Talks. Tekzilla is like a self-help show, kind of like CNET did back in the day, but it's free on rev3.com. If you have a Vizio internet TV, then you have the app on your television and stuff like that, and they're also available on iTunes. The TED Talks, just smart people talking about great things to change the planet. It's 20 minutes to change the planet. Amanda Palmer's from the Dresden Dolls did a TED Talk about a month ago, and it's 20 minutes that will change your life. Of course, the Nerdist podcast with Chris Hardwick and Matt Myra and Matt Myra and the guy from the Bing commercials. So funny, so smart. Talks to nerds just like me. Funny as hell. Today I listened to them talk to Ray Roddenberry's son. No, Gene Roddenberry's son, Ray Roddenberry. The guy who created Star Trek. And talk with him in length about growing up as the son of Star Trek's creator. And stuff like that. The Welcome to the podcast with Mike Falzone and Coffee Earl. Amazing podcast, very funny, very smart. They're kind of shorter than the other ones, but still interesting. And the last one that I just got into is the WTF podcast with Mark Maron. If you ever seen Almost Famous, he's the concert promoter that when Stillwater gets fried on stage, he's like, "Lock the gates! Lock the gates!" It's very interesting, very funny. I just listened to him talk to Hank Azaria for an hour and a half today. Yesterday I listened to him talk to the blonde from Community, and then the day before the brunette, and I forget her name too. But very funny. He has great guests on there all the time. He's a stand-up comedian that you've probably seen, but you don't exactly remember. But his podcast is amazing and very funny. He has over 350 hours logged right now. That's it. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll have a nice episode with a friend where we talk about Doctor Who for a whole episode. I know you guys have been waiting for that, those who are actually watching this. Alright, everybody, stay geeky.